ready? All right, I think we're live, guys. Welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. We do these lives at 11:05s. I'm Matt.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Brian. We are excited to be doing this live this morning. We had an amazing weekend. Still a little foggy from it all,
Right.
but we're excited about just how much fun we had, and we've got a lot to talk about. And I know you guys all enjoyed it. We saw some very excited people this weekend.
My gosh, guys. We had one of the best turnouts for an open house. It was crazy. I mean, I think the reason it was the best turnout was really the people that were here. Everybody was so fired up and passionate about it. I don't know how you get a more excited group of maple collectors together than that. That was special.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to witness that. You guys are just huge supporters of everything we do here, whether it be just shopping from us or our YouTube channel. It's really cool to have this community of people going on. I feel like something really special is happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there is really a friendship and a community growing here. And that's kind of why we really wanted to get like gun-ho on this, this YouTube channel and just providing information and conversations with people, the podcast. I mean, there's so many ways that we're trying to connect with that community, and I think it's showing. I think we're seeing that now.
Here we are, guys. I'm hopping in that live chat, so we'll have it up in front of us as well.
Yeah. So
it was a crazy time. There was so many interesting, nice people. If you have any questions when we do these lives, we're giving people a chance to get in here. But if you have any questions when we're doing these lives, you can always throw your live Q&A in there, and Brian and I will be glad to address those. If this is something you're interested in, we plan on doing more lives at 11:05s, especially on Mondays and maybe like Fridays if we can. We like talking about the Funflower Friday and just kind of talking about some of our upcoming things. Mr. Maple updates. If you hadn't noticed already, the 1-of-1 sale, the limited sale dropped off this weekend. We got so busy with open house, we didn't have the time to make sure. I've been talking to Tim about that. We're going to have that back up and going. I'm not sure how soon that'll be, but we're got to catch up a little bit of the glut from the shipping since we got a little backed up at open house. It's a big undertaking these days to do an open house. I mean, we're an order nursery, so for us, we're mail order, and we're really order driven. So it takes a lot of logistics behind the scenes to open up greenhouses for the public.
I mean, yeah, and we've been expanding too, so I think now we're getting close to like that 30 greenhouse mark there, and and up top we have around 13, 14 greenhouses up top, I believe, that we try to get open for y'all to shop during the open house. So it is a big undertaking. A lot of work goes into it in preparation for that because we don't have customers here on a regular basis. Typically we're closed to the public. And so to get ready for that, it's like everything shifts in a higher gear, and it's all hands on deck.
We got a great team, but even at that, when we went to Mezzaluna, we had a meetup for a lot of people on Thursday night before Friday opening, and I left here at like 5:30, and Tim was still here, and I said, "Hey man, you need help?" He said, "I think I only got like 20 more trees." So I took my daughter to T-ball. I called him as I'm getting out of T-ball, and he's like, "Only 100 more." Yeah. So that 100 was like 200 pulls. So Tim was down here till 8:30 the night before, just pulling orders to get things, everybody's orders out of the way before people could come in and shop. And we appreciate you. I told Tim how good our Thursday was doing, and he was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. Because that means
like sales are a good thing, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that means we have a lot of orders to pull. And, when we do the open houses, we have everything's still live on our website. So as we're selling trees in person, people are buying trees online. So there's a lot of strategy there to make all of that work.
A lot of you live might not even notice it. Well, live. A lot of you in person might not even notice that we had a team going around pulling orders throughout the day.
Yeah.
So we actually had a team in here running solds during the day off the website, and they were getting those out of the way. So if there were sets that were getting smaller, we went ahead and made sure, to take care of everybody. So
Tons of fun, though. I mean, I'll tell
Oh
you,
my gosh.
you know, if you guys want to keep up with a lot of these announcements, make sure you check in our website regularly. Sign up for the 10 at 10 email, because not only do we provide the new 10 at 10 lists that are coming out each week on Tuesdays, but we also provide a lot of information, announcements about open houses, different events that we have, giveaways, things like that. So it's important to sign up for that email so you can get all the information, and then also subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. That way, when we do go live like this, you're getting that notification that we're on live right now. And then any videos that we upload, we premiere them every morning, Monday through Saturday, except for the Sundays, the podcast, and on Sundays that premieres at 8 p.m. So, you know, just try to get connected, because we're constantly trying to do new things, and it's a lot of fun sharing with you guys.
Guys, we had so many. We just feel so blessed. We had so many good comments in Mr. Maple Friends group on Facebook from people that were here. You know, I got to spend some time with a few people. If I didn't spend time with you, it wasn't for not trying. I appreciate you showing up. We had such an awesome team that I know people posted that I didn't even get to spend personal time with, that I'm friends with, that they really appreciated how well our team was organized and how well they worked. We even had some people who were like management organizers, and they were like, you guys have a special team there.
Yeah.
Everything ran really smoothly. And hey, we just appreciate that, guys. We tried to make it as easy as possible for everybody. It was so much fun this time because there were so many plant collectors.
Yeah.
We got to really spend a little bit more time and interact. You know, for the brave ones that came out on Saturday in the rain, we were open 8 to 12 Saturday. And so we got washed away a little bit Saturday. Still ended up being a phenomenal day for plant sales.
Yeah.
But there was people breaking down that gate at, you know, I'll have to throw it in the walk around video of it, but I got a text. Well, I got a Facebook message at 6:10. I'm getting ready. I'm making chocolate milk for my daughter, my boxers, before she gets up, because they're going to get up and run. And I get a text that says, hey, what's the gate code? And it's Derek Ortiz and Chris and Michael. And they're all standing at the gate going, guys, we want in. I'm like, oh man,
man, we had a crowd. We had a crowd of folks that came out early to get ready to come in and make a mad dash for all the greatest and beautiful maples that we had. It was so much fun. You know, just hanging out with you guys. I mean, I really enjoyed helping you find things, and I know, you know, me, Matt, Tim, Wesley, and Sean. I mean, you know, a bunch of us up here, but. I mean, we could feel the excitement. I mean, it was like next level.
Our whole team was talking about it afterward too. Like they were like, that really felt like a community this time. Like that's why we do this channel. That's why we do the podcast. That's why we spend time and money to kind of just educate people about maples, but also have those live premieres so that we can interact with people and kind of build an interesting little network of people in a community. And that was exactly what we felt like when we had open house. It was like, wow, what a community that was. Like, it was so fun to see people in person.
Yeah.
We'll have some videos coming up for those of you who couldn't make it with several people. We did a Grayson Chisler top 5. I know I did a Lee Todd top 5. Tim shot with Doug McDougal a top 5. I did a Maple Maniac with Michael James top 5.
Oh, yeah.
I know Lee Todd did a walkthrough with Tim as well. And then we did tons of interviews with Andy, with so many awesome people. There were a lot of awesome people that didn't have time to do a top 5, but hopped in that little interview process. So that'll be coming in the kind of the walkthrough version of the open house. But guys, it was a fun thing. You made it really special. It was a really busy day for us. Well, I also get into this. We had Bazinga available for the first time at open house. You know, it's controversial anytime we drop a Makawa type. So I get murdered in the Facebook. Everybody's like, these aren't online. I'm going to get you. There's like 600 messages. Like literally, I would say I had 40 plus messages. And we appreciate you guys. We want to do something special. We had people driving all the way from Oklahoma, from Texas.
Yeah.
I had people buying plane tickets from California. I had people driving down from Maryland. I mean, all over the United States. And so we want to do something special just for that release. We'll definitely offer Bazinga again, though, and it'll be coming to a 10 at 10 next time.
Yeah, we've got a lot of amazing plants in the works.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're really excited about this year and the potential of what things we can bring. And then even in the years to come. But, I mean, you know, Bazinga was kind of just a little cherry on top of that open house experience.
I think if we wouldn't have had Bazinga, the Red Panda crowd would have they'd left us black and blue. They were beating on that gate at 8 a.m. yelling Red Pandas, and we're like, we're seeing stars in our eyes. Like we're going to get run over here by a herd. It's going to be like Mufasa. Right
yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I'm going to be in trouble. So we wanted to drop something fun for them. So we did have those bazingas for people in person only. We're going to be doing more things like that. We'll probably have some fun stuff at our next Memorial Day open house. We might be doing some open hours. We'll make some announcements on our website, so be looking for that. But we're definitely planning on having our main open house on Memorial Day still. That's going to be a huge event. We'll be pulling out all the stops for that one. That's our annual open house that we do every Memorial Day, and that's not changing. We just wanted to do something fun to get people here in the spring. Some things here are leafed out. Some things are just starting.
Mm-hmm.
I think people really like those 10 gallons.
Yeah. Oh man, we had a huge selection of 10 gallons that were available for in-person shopping. We will also going forward, we'll have these available for nursery pickup for those who are local, who are traveling through the area. We have those available. We'll be putting together a list soon. We need to inventory what we have left. I know we've sold a bunch of them.
They were popular, yeah.
So we'll have to inventory what we have left, put together a list, and then we may do like an email. We did an email before when we first moved those up here available for sale, but now we'll probably kind of revise that list and get that back out there and try to get.
I know Jody's already getting hit up in the office for that. So give us just a second as we're catching up on shipping, guys. But we've got an awesome crew here. We got a ton of people here now, and some really good people that are working on that. We're going to get that completely updated list of the 10s, and those will still be available for nursery pickup. We might not be open here until Memorial Day. We'll see.
Yeah. But
we will have some nursery pickup for you guys locally that want to come by and get those, or if you're traveling through the Hendersonville area and you want a giant maple. I mean, some of those things were insane. I almost was sad to see a few of those go, like that gossamer.
Oh,
I know Chris got a gossamer that I kind of, it's weird to be jealous of a tree you sold somebody.
Yeah, right.
But I'm kind of jealous of a few of these 10s we sold. I've got some maple envy going on.
I mean, the amount of restraint it takes for me to not,
my gosh,
go through there and pick one of every one that's in that 10-gallon group.
Right.
But we want to save plenty of fun for you guys. But and if you're someone who's not able to make it to our open houses, don't worry. We will be having a lot of cool stuff coming online available. I know everybody's like, the bazinga. We will be having some other cool stuff coming that will be available online to order. And the way to find out about that's that 10 at 10 email.
I made a post about it in the friends group just to try to cool the tensions because I could feel the bazinga envy, and I understand it. I'm a collector at heart myself. If I see something I don't got, guys, I get it. I'm a plant collector. I'm a plant hoarder. I can't help myself. I love it. We will be dropping some crazy stuff. We'll be maybe doing some little reminders about some of the crazy stuff we got coming. There'll be 4 to 5 Makawa types you hadn't even heard about this year on Mr. Maple. Some new variegated Makawa types. Just cool stuff. I don't want to drop too much, but be watching those 10 at 10s. There is some pure gold coming to you guys. I know when we did Lily Pad, I didn't even post about it. I posted about it 2 weeks before the 10 at 10. I dropped it on Facebook, and the hype train went insane. I think we kind of snuck that one in. Now we're going to sneak a few more in. There's a few more Makawa types that really hadn't been showcased yet on our channel or really anywhere online. And there'll be some gold coming there for Makawa types.
So, Matt, let's dive into a question real quick. So we've got Joe Whitworth. He's got a question about grafting Ceboldianum onto Palmatum. Yeah. And what are the benefits versus vice versa on, grafting those? That's
a great question. And I've asked that question a lot. Isley has the Jack Frost series. Some of them are Ceboldianum hybrids. Some of them actually aren't. That people think are, but there's some interesting plants there. Ceboldianum can go down to zone 4. Now, me personally, I feel like it might need to be on Palmatum. Some people say it doesn't affect it, that the roots are insulated. So I don't know how much graft you need to have above that, maybe an inch or two before the graft starts.
Right.
I think if you're going to get a true, heavy zone pusher into zone 3, you may want that on Ceboldianum. One of the troubles with that is that Pseudoceboldianum and Ceboldianum are very slow healers. So people are going to get lower yield. So you're not going to see those big box stores putting
grafting onto that.
No, we've done it here before in experiments. We had people trial it, and there was very little difference, to be honest with you. A lot of the ways cold tolerance is tested is interesting. I think the only true way to do is do in-ground trials with people in colder zones. I think that's the only true way. You'd be surprised. Some of these big experimental places, they put them in a big cooler and then they hit them with freeze-dried ice. And so they're kind of checking to see how quick the sound dries out sometimes, maybe not how quick. And so for me, I'm like, some dry out quicker than others. So I think there's a lot of variables there.
There could be a better scientific method for that.
There is. And I think if you're going to get the best true zone 4 or zone 3 pseudosibuldianum or ceboldianum, you would want it on ceboldianum understock.
Yeah.
I think to get the best true test of how crazy it could get. Now, if you're barely zone pushing, I don't think palmatum's going to make much difference at all. I don't. For most of us collecting those, we're already in zone 5 through 9.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people collecting those in zone 5 through 9. And we're going to actually be coming out with a series of our own cold tolerant types. So we're trialing both. We're going to be trying some of those on ceboldianum. We're going to be trying some of those on palmatum to see the differences, doing true in-ground tests in cold zones.
Right.
But I don't know. Sue, you probably could watch that podcast we had with Sue Eager. If she could probably do all the genetics. It was actually her research that found a lot of that stuff out originally.
Yeah.
And she could probably tell you how much it affects it. I've been told by very smart people that it doesn't affect it at all. And I've been told by very smart people that it does. So the jury's still out on that. I think to truly push it to the max, it'd need to be.
Yeah. But from a production and, high quantity standpoint, it's not as a higher yield when you graft onto that.
One of the benefits to palmatum and the subspecies palmatum that is primarily used as a graft understocked in the trade is that it does heal quickly.
Yeah.
And so you're going to get quality plants that heal. And so one of the problems with grafting to other trees, even in section palmata, that yield goes down. So you can watch some of our grafting content. We did a whole podcast on grafting recently. But one of the reasons palmatum works so much is it's not only an improvement on the understock for most plants, it does provide vigor, and it actually heals a little quicker than some of the others. So, like, I'm a little leery sometimes. Not all. There's a lot of great ones, but there are some people on the West Coast that'll graft straight into circinatum because it's free. I mean, it's growing in the Pacific Northeast everywhere. Not as much now as you used to see in the early 2000s, but there were some growers that were grafted onto circinatum, and it could cause some issues for us southern gardeners for sure.
So, spring is in full swing here in western North Carolina. I mean, everything is waking up, and it's a really exciting time, and really enjoy the community we're building on our Facebook group too. So I know many of you guys have been posting about your haul from the open house. I've really been enjoying seeing that because I'm curious what everybody came and what everybody was excited about. I love seeing the diversity that we have in these plants and what people like. So, feel free to share pictures, especially, everything leafing out, share your gardens. We love to see that kind of content on our Mr. Maple Friends group on Facebook. It's a lot of fun there. I like to share my garden. I mean, it's a really cool way to share, even though we all can't be at each other's gardens. So it's kind of a cool way to share that.
I want to give a real special shout out. He's in the chat now to Doug McDougall. What a cool guy. He brought special gifts for so many people. From Jody to Glenn. I'm looking right now at comic books he brought Tim and I.
Yeah.
I know he had special little items for so many people here, and his generosity is not lost. He's such a cool guy. We really appreciate everybody that came. I think one of the reasons it was one of the most fun open houses for us, it was a community aspect.
Yeah.
But it was fun to get to meet some of these people in person. Like, we felt like we already knew him. Like, me and Brian were homies. When everybody accused Brian of working here. So I get kind of the Brian vibes because me and Brian were such good friends that before I'd only talked to him on the phone.
Right.
But had you said, do you know Brian Rule? I'd say, yeah, he's a great friend of mine.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I would consider, really good friend. And it's funny because it was so fun to put faces to names.
Yeah.
And, see people in person. And, what was really helpful was the screen names the names too. That helped a lot. So we could actually figure out. I started putting a few together after. I'm like, he bought Eric. Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I put some of it together about what people purchased if they didn't tell me ahead of time. So it was pretty cool to see a lot of you in person. That made it so much fun.
But yeah, we had a great time too. And what's really cool is, and I think hopefully we can do more of this in the future. when we have these open houses planned, we kind of all got together as a group and just said, hey, let's go have some dinner and we'll talk plants. And so we had a little bit of fun, just even outside of just the open house. So,
Right.
if you're planning on coming to one of our open house events, we can kind of get together and hang out and just kind of continue that community.
You guys shocked us with the hat and T-shirt purchases too. There was a lot of hats and T-shirts purchased, and guys, that goes. I mean, that means a lot to us because not only are you Maple fans, but I just appreciate how invested you guys are in Mr. Maple. That means a lot to us personally. It's shocking to me that people buy hats with our business name on them,
Yeah.
but I feel so cool. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just humbled and honored that you guys want to rep our stuff. And that gives us money to buy more merch, so we can start to have that on a life of its own. We're being Tim are talking about getting a merch shed, and we had the hat rack this time, and starting to explore more options. Maybe we'll get some Maple Mafia gear too. So there's some different things we're looking at. We're still waiting. We got to get some more paperwork back from North Carolina. We're going to drop the merch on the store at some point. Amy's always promising me she's going to come help me ship it out, so we're not overly busy. But that was kind of Amy and Carla's idea to start going with some more merch, and I appreciate you guys making it happen. We really didn't know if that was something people would want, and it's been really cool to see that grow.
Love all of the new designs too. I mean, for years I shot for Mr. Maple, and I was always like, man, I wish I had a Mr. Maple hat. Now we've got the MrMaple.com logo, the Mr. Maple Show logo. I love that new Mr. Maple Show logo. Really cool looking. We got the hot blonde leaf with the Mr. Maple Show logo. Really cool. Love the T-shirt designs. We're going to keep coming up with new ideas on that. Like you said, the Maple Mafia.
Right.
I think we should definitely do something
I've been thinking about we make like a yearly T-shirt too, and we have like a contest. Maybe we do something, for the year, and we come up with a contest for new merch ideas, and then it's like, this is the 2023 T-shirt or something.
Right.
We're playing around with new ideas. I mean, I'm going to have to buy a screen printer before this is over with. I know where this is headed. I'm like, man, we've been finding a lot of local people who can produce our stuff because we like investing into our local community. So we've been finding more people here that can, embroider our hats and get cool things done. We're still looking for people who can do a lot of interesting prints for us because we've got a lot of ideas for things we want to make there. But guys, I love that you guys support us by getting some of that stuff and just repping our gear. That's really cool.
So we'll talk a little bit about here, just to remind everybody, we've got like 50 people in the chat here, so we've got a good crowd listening. We are doing a giveaway right now. We wanted to do something a little different. We've given away hats, we've given away gift cards, but we said, you know what, we need to give away a live plant.
Yeah.
So what we did is we went to my stash pile.
We robbed Brian,
and we're trying to clear up room, making room for the for the open house. And I said, well, I guess I could give up this Acer Palmatum Golden Falls. Here you go. I'll give it up. So we handpicked a Golden Falls,
massive 1 gallon.
It's beautiful, man. Great shape. It's going to look amazing out in your garden. But we're going to do a giveaway on that. And the way you enter to win is to like, subscribe, and share, most importantly, and then comment on any of our videos. That means older videos, newer videos, live chats, whatever it is. Comment on their Maples Rule, hashtag Maples Rule.
Yeah, we're celebrating Brian and Francis being here over a year, over a year now.
Yes.
So we're well into the year. This is his second, April we're going into now as a North Carolinian.
Yep.
And so we're celebrating them. And Maples Rule, just hashtag Maples Rule in any of our videos. Every single video on the Mr. Maple Show YouTube channel is a chance to win. So there's a lot going on there. Guys, Brian has been blowing up that Clips channel too. So there's daily content on the Clips channel. Might be things you missed, might be little tidbits that you want to learn about. And I'll highly recommend that anybody that missed it, go back and listen to that Billy Schwartz podcast we dropped yesterday. It's wild. It's crazy. I got a lot of comments that people really enjoyed it. They didn't realize kind of how important, I guess, Billy is to maples because he's introduced a lot. He's worked with a lot of, top-notch nurseries. The guy's got a crazy history. He's a heck of a storyteller. I mean, we went from Muhammad Ali to Moses in that one. and he doesn't hold back. We didn't censor Billy. It's a freight train. You just kind of hang on for dear life and enjoy Billy for who he is. And I hope you're enjoying those podcasts because one of our main thoughts on that one, of course, building community, but we have these conversations with people we find extremely interesting. And we have these conversations whether you guys are in the room or not. So it's like bringing you guys into the room with Tim and I and Brian when we're interviewing some of our favorite people. We got a great one with John Alton coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we love kind of doing that long form content too. And the podcast is the perfect platform for that. I mean, we're on all major platforms when it comes to the audio side of the podcast, and we do a video that correlates that podcast here on the YouTube channel just to kind of give you an extra, we'll throw some visuals in there as well to enhance that on the video side of things. But I really do like the podcast. I think, we had this idea,
right.
we wanted to bring it into fruition, and it's finally here.
It's starting to grow into its own thing now.
Really
it's starting to have a life of its own even outside of the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, a lot of our audio stuff is outperforming our YouTube channel, which I think would surprise a lot of people. It's really getting a lot of listens. Like our plays, some of our podcasts are over 8,000 listens.
Yeah.
And that was a couple weeks ago. I'd have to look now. Some of our podcasts are getting a lot of plays, and they're consistently getting high plays, which I think we were even in our third week, we were in the the upper 80% for podcasts. So that was pretty good for us. We were really excited about that.
We've got tons of content planned too. Spring is here, like I spoke about earlier. So we've got like this laundry list of gardens that we want to go tour. I know you guys love those walkthroughs of these gardens. I get excited about it too, because not only do I get to experience it, which I feel very blessed to be able to see some of these amazing places, but then I get to share it with you guys. Cause I know a lot of people may never get the chance to go and walk through the Maple Walk there in Charlotte,
right?
Or to go to to Tom Cox's Arboretum and so it's special to me. It feels really special to be able to share that with you guys. I feel completely just blown away and blessed that I get to experience it, but then I get to share it with you guys. So that kind of takes it to the next level.
Maple Maniac asked how many attended open house. So we need a better way to guess it. We need the clicker.
Yeah.
We need somebody there with the clicker. My father-in-law always had the clicker for the Halloween people.
We might have to hire a bouncer at the gate with a clicker just in case they get out of hand there, climbing over the gate.
We roughly estimate from sales and from people that we talk to and from traffic and from parking. I know last year at Memorial Day, on Memorial Day alone, we had around 750 people.
Yeah.
And from that gross estimate of where we were at, we guessed 600 to 700 between both days.
Yeah.
We had a bigger day with less people Friday than Memorial Day last year. So we had a busy day here.
We had some
people who were here were buying a lot of plants.
They were shopping. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it was like we're slinging them trees. I guarantee you. That's 10 gallons, man. I think people really enjoyed having some larger sizes available. We're going to try to keep that going as well. But just and I think we probably had more variety of Japanese maples than we've ever had available. I mean, we had these houses were just stacked full. It wasn't just like, these are all, one variety here. It was just tons and tons and tons of different varieties.
I got a kick out of this. Someone said in the Facebook group, they said, if you were at 100% before open house, are you still at 60 to 75% now? And I'm like, guys, we got a lot of trees.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of trees here. I would be on vacation for the rest of the year if we were at 60 to 75%. We would all be on Easy Street right now. We've got several thousand maples. So if we were at 100% before open house, we're still at like 99, and we had a great open house. There are a lot of trees here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the walkthrough of the open house, to kind of show you guys a little bit of it. If you didn't get to come, a little inside picture of what that's like. We interviewed a lot of cool people. We did, like I said, some top 5 videos with you guys. We're excited to share that because, a lot of them are people that are here in the chat every day for our YouTube stuff, posting on the MrMaple Friends group. So it's really cool to include you guys because, honestly, we can't do any of this without you guys. I mean, you guys are the reason why we get to do this every day. That's why my dream of working with maples came true.
Me too.
It's because of you guys. I mean, you guys are huge supporters of us. And I mean, I don't know how to say thank you.
I still wake up every day like I get to do this.
Right.
I'm going to go make some content with Brian and Tim, and we're going to go talk about plants. And it feels good every day. Michael James, yeah, he might count as 2 people. Somebody asked if Michael James counts as 2 people. We might count him as 2. He shot a top 5. He asked also if Alan Castile's garden's on the list. Alan was at open house. We need to get over to Alan.
We do.
He might be, I'll have to look, he might be a 3-hour round trip or one-way trip for us. I'll have to do the math on that. It's hard to get away right now, but I think we could probably make that happen in a day. So I think we might have to talk to Alan.
Yeah, I think he's probably hitting that nice spring leaf out right now.
Oh yeah,
he's probably a little warmer than we are down there, but definitely on my list for sure. We've talked about it many times. We just haven't found the right opportunity to get down there.
We've got a few more people helping film here now with Corbin editing, and now me and Brian and Tim are all in videos too. So we've got a staff that can jump in and do different things. You know, Wesley's got experience editing or filming, and so we may be able to take partial teams away even during peak hours and shoot some of these places. And so we'll be able to do more things like that for you guys. Even if even if I got to be here pulling orders or Tim's got to be here pulling orders, we can still get some stuff shot for you guys.
So make sure, guys, if you have any questions about your garden, your plants, anything, just hit us up in the live chat. We'd be glad to answer any questions. We know we try to do our Friday videos have become kind of those question and answer type videos. Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes we have so much content we're trying to fill in those gaps, but so we really enjoy that communication. I mean, information is power, and so the more we know, the more we learn, the better off we are as gardeners and just growing our plants and learn from our mistakes. That's right,
exactly.
I was like, man, if you haven't killed a few things, then you're not really gardening, right?
This is true. B. Brown asked, do you have a spring care video? And that is an excellent question. We like to joke that we don't print off a care sheet, but we're the only place you'll get full-on video instruction, hundreds of videos about that. We actually have an entire podcast. It was just dropped like 3 weeks ago, and it is the Spring Maple Checklist. So definitely go check that out. It's about an hour long, but it's got tons of great information. It gives you everything you possibly could need to do during the spring for Japanese maples. We like dropping these when they're pertinent to the time, so we'll drop them just a little bit early. We'll have a summer maple checklist. We'll have a fall maple checklist and a winter maple checklist. And we love to just get in there, give you, like Brian was saying, learn from our mistakes. Look at some of the things we did wrong and, learn from those or some of the wisdom we've learned from other nurserymen. We always bug everybody, and we like to share that stuff. If there's things I learned from Frank Biles and Talon Buckholtz that I think you need to know, I'm going to have it in there. So it's good information. So definitely check that out. We have a care sheet that's interactive.
So the Flintlock Hunter, he asked if he missed anything. Well,
man.
We did have that turquoise japonicum.
The blue one.
Yeah, the blue one.
Wait, save that one for April.
Yeah.
So there's tons of crazy stuff coming. There's no shortage of wow factor on these 10 at 10s. So be looking at those 10 at 10 guys. There's a lot of Makawa types each week. I know I've scheduled Makawa types for tomorrow and for the next week. Maybe a few but there'll be some you've never even heard of coming. There's a lot of gold and a lot of really fun stuff.
So we've been talking a little bit about, and I'll let you direct this, on the Memorial Day potential coming, right?
We will 100% be having open house on Memorial Day. Last year, we had a band, several of our talented members here, Jess, Sean, and Kate, when we can have her, are members. They changed the band name. They were Bad Rabbit. They're now the Carolina Drifters. Really talented Southern rock and country band, and I know a lot of people really enjoyed them playing live last year. Unfortunately, Jess and Kate have to go to a family reunion, so we won't have the band this year, but we're going to think of some ways. Every year we like to outdo ourselves. We had a barbecue food truck last year at Memorial Day. We're going to do some stuff. We'll have some really big surprises for you here. Memorial Day is the Monday of Memorial Day, so a lot of people are off. A lot of people are traveling through Hendersonville.
Yeah.
One of the ways that came about, we used to do the Garden Jubilee show, which is a big thing here locally too. So a lot of people, I think over 300,000 people come to town to see that Garden Jubilee downtown.
So it's a really cool time.
It's a fun time to be here.
I mean, because
it's a gardening week.
You come hang out with us, and then you can go check out downtown Hendersonville.
Right.
Living here now, I can tell you guys, it's a beautiful city. I love living here.
It's a major
really
travel
nice
time for Henderson County. And so at one point, we used to really depend on that Garden Jubilee show. We haven't got to do it the last few years just because we've gotten so dependent on shipping that it's hard to divert a team. Now we're getting more people, so we might get to do a few more garden shows in the future again. Yeah. But we put our open house that weekend because if they rescheduled it to a different weekend, we knew that was when the traffic was coming to Hendersonville. People traveling up and down the East Coast, and they come through Hendersonville, North Carolina. That's 5 minutes from us. Yeah. I mean, Brian lives in Hendersonville. I live in Flat Rock, and the nurseries in East Flat Rock and half in Flat Rock. So we're really all in that area. We're 5 minutes from downtown Hendersonville. If you're in the Hendersonville area, we do nursery pickup, but we're going to be doing a all-out, no-holds-bar Memorial Day weekend. We'll definitely be doing Memorial Day Monday. That's our main day there. We'll be looking to add some other things to that. We'll have announcements on our website if we open multiple days,
right?
Or what our schedule will be. We normally do garden tours on that. We normally have tours of Hillstone Arboretum as well as Maplewood Gardens. We have self-guided tours, but also tours with either Tim or I, talking about the plants. In the past, Tim and I have done special presentations on new plants.
Yeah.
We like to use Memorial Day kind of as our showcase. We like to roll out the new stuff.
Yeah.
And I know Hot Blonde first premiered. People are shocked by Bazinga, but we've always done this. Like Hot Blonde first debuted at a Memorial Day open house. So we love to bring new things to you at these open houses as something special for people who can make it. And as always, we keep bringing the 10 at 10s. That's never going to stop, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And, don't fret. We're going to have another open house. So if you didn't get a chance to come to this one, maybe this will give you more time to plan, take a few days of vacation to come down. I mean, there's no better vacation than come shopping Maples. I mean, that sounds like my kind of vacation.
Right.
And all of you watching, I'm sure that's your kind of vacation too. So we're excited about that. I did see a question pop up. I think we definitely need to answer this, give everybody a little peace of mind. We got YouTuber 5000. Is shipping plants to the West Coast risky to do during the summer months?
Well, one good thing about MrMaple is we have a shipping guarantee. So if something arrives less than perfect or damaged, or heaven forbid FedEx breaks something, we are below their breakage rate nationally by a good bit. Yeah. So it's rare for us. We actually outperform FedEx nationally for anything getting broken with a more breakable product than say like something that could not break. So we're well below the breakage point for FedEx. But, in the event something does happen or something shows up less than desirable, email our office with pictures of the box and of the plant, and we're more than glad to fix. Summer months, we ship year-round, and we have great success in the summer months. We actually use an anti-decusant we spray our trees with that helps them not lose too much moisture in the box. We water them in well before they go out. We're possibly going to be offering an expedited shipping for you West Coasters too, so stay tuned for that. We may be looking into some true over 2-day shipping kind of options for you West Coast people. So we're going to be offering even more expedited options there. Now we ship pretty frequently, so I mean if our team's awesome at this too, we can get 1 to 2 weeks back during peak time during April, but we're catching up quick. It's kind of surprising how good these guys are doing now. Nigel's got us moving faster on the back end. Everybody's kind of just really doing a lot to make sure things are going out quickly, and it's leading to those ship times getting faster and faster. So the turnaround on order is much quicker. And now last week we had to hold Thursday, Friday, and Saturday just because of the open house pulls.
Yeah, definitely.
We're used to shipping 5 days a week,
right.
So we're catching that up. We had a killer week online last week as well, so we really appreciate you guys there, and those orders are going out today. There's no problem here with summer shipping, though. We ship year-round, and we put the utmost care into making sure it gets there correctly.
Absolutely. And if you do, for any reason, have an issue with your plants when you get them, just to make sure you take some very clear and detailed pictures and send an email to our office. You can contact Jody, and we'll take a look and see what's going on with your order. And we always try to do our best to make it right. So,
any questions you ever have during these lives, guys, too? You see me looking down, but I always check my phone just looking for customer comments. Chris asked, he added a picture of his big gossamer. There are a few more left, so there are some massive gossamers for pickup here. We'll be dropping some of those. I'll have to look at how many sold out. I know a lot of the collectors here got some of those massive gossamers. There was some choice plants you rarely see.
Yeah.
at that size. I know a lot of the Japonicum collectors and there were Benny Sheehan's, there were massive Jerry Schwartz, and a lot of the stuff will be here for open house inevitably because we have 500 plus that we brought in. We sold a lot of them. I might be saying 400 plus, but we sold a lot of trees. There's a lot of cool stuff still, and we will be getting that list to Jody so you can pre-order those and do nursery pickup with those. Now, those are too big to ship. The weight is way too high for FedEx or UPS or anybody really, so those are pickup only, but that's something we'll be making available to you guys again.
So I see a comment in here about some different ideas and some things coming up. Maybe we could do some native azalea propagating, collecting.
Right on.
Maybe transplanting seedlings, knowing when without killing them, right? Because everybody's like, oh man, there's this little seedling, and then you dig it up, and then it wilts and dies, and you're like, oh.
We love when you guys suggest content because we want to make the right content for you guys, and we got the stuff.
Yeah, we do.
We got the stuff to make content on. So when you guys give us ideas, we're like, yeah, that sounds great. So we can definitely be talking about that. One thing I'll go ahead and say about the seedlings, we might make a whole video on it and some demos. I like to wait until they harden off. So if you have a Japanese maple seedling, I know I've been to Ed Shin's and I'm like there in the early spring, and there's like just a crazy Hagoromo that's pink or something there. And the temptation is to, and Ed says, yeah, go for it. And the temptation is to pull those up early. But you want to wait until they harden off and they're more rigid. You want to wait until after that new growth flush. If you pull seedlings when they're too soft, the transpiration rate will just kill it. So you don't want to be pulling too many seedlings early. You want to wait until they're almost hitting that secondary flush of growth, and they feel a little bit more hard and rigid to the touch. That's a better time to harvest your seedlings.
And guys, make sure you go and check out the website right now. I mean, we've got so many great plants going on. It's
10 tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. We got 10 to 10 coming tomorrow. You guys are going to love what's coming up on that.
Should I tell them on the trees?
Man, maybe we'll drop a little secret.
So for you people in the chat, which is a lot right now, wow, we're gonna have Japanese Princess on the 10-10. Don't tell anybody.
Man, Japanese Princess, that's one of my favorites.
That's
honestly,
some great sizes.
Like when it comes to Mikawa types, it sets the bar. It really does.
It was our number one in the Buckholtz top, 50 plants. So that says a lot right there. It's a top 50 plant. It was number one on our list for Talon Buckholtz of all time. Pretty good size set coming tomorrow of Japanese Princess for you guys in the chat. Want to drop a little knowledge for you people, some little extra for all the people that showed up. Give you something extra here because we appreciate you joining live. And there'll be a big set of those, but don't wait on them. They do tend to sell out quickly. And guys, definitely hop in that chat tomorrow. Our 10 at 10 videos get well over 100 people in the live chat, so it's a great time to meet some of the Mr. Maple community in that live chat.
Yeah.
It gets kind of ruckus during the 10 at 10, but it's a fun one tomorrow. And, I don't think I'm giving away too much because there is some absolute gold on that 10 at 10 tomorrow. So there'll be some other surprises for sure.
And we actually, it's the 10 at 10, but we actually list 20 new plants. So to get the whole list, sign up for the 10 at 10 email. I know we say that a lot, but there's a lot of people who aren't. So everybody, they'll call and say, this was on the 10 at 10. I had no idea that was coming. Well, if you sign up for that email, you'll get notified of what the full 20 listing is. We do a video of the 10, right? But sometimes there's also amazing plants that aren't on the video that are going to be dropping at
20 at 10 didn't have the same ring.
Yeah, right, exactly. So sign up for the email, and that way you kind of feel like you have the insight. Not only do you have the video, but you've got the email there, and you're ready to go. I mean, everybody's got their their special tricks that they know, how to be the fastest clicker. I was bragging on Doug. I was like, hey man, I used to live in Oklahoma. I guess you've taken my spot now as the fastest clicker in the central U.S.
Oh man, he's lost his title. Brian just waltzes in ahead of time
Yeah,
now. But so FTSN said, I knew Japanese Princess and Tattoo were in decent numbers at open house. Well, I've got some surprises for you. I'll tell you a little bit about how the sausage is made. We actually pulled the 10 at 10 before open house so we could maintain that we had one because we don't want to drop doing a 10 at 10. So you might be surprised. There might be some even more crazy stuff that wasn't up top. We had an entire part of our nursery. I know some people were like, oh no, the nursery's picked over now. We only opened about half of our nursery.
Yeah, exactly.
And even at that, there was pure gold up here. I told Tim on Friday we got to quit carrying things up.
Yeah,
like, let's get the stuff that's here labeled. We got to stop. We had the team pulling up everything cool we could, and but there's a lot of gold that wasn't even on display at open house, and there'll be some really good items coming. So, yeah, some of that stuff wasn't even up here.
Yeah, I mean, we have things kind of layered in production too. So we have stuff that's down low that's been potted up,
right?
That's getting closer to being ready. And
that's the beauty of the 10 at 10 too. It lets us bring to you just what we know is ready.
Right, exactly. And it's kind of a nice way to kind of keep a fresh wave of plants coming through. And so, yeah, even for the next open house, by the time that gets here,
it'll be all new stuff.
You know what I mean? We will have moved up a bunch of stuff from down low that's finished off and that's ready to go. So
guys that were here last fall know it didn't look a lot like last fall when you came to this open house. We had, we had 4 new greenhouses up, but a lot of those greenhouses had completely different stuff in them.
For sure.
And you can expect the same for Memorial Day. There'll be a lot of new plants up top, very different look, and some major surprises. If you thought Bazinga was a big surprise, we'll have you some good stuff at open house.
We might need to do a walkthrough coming up. One of the greenhouse. I know you guys love the greenhouse walkthroughs because it kind of gives you an insight of what we're working on. But we might have to do a little, some greenhouse walkthroughs of the stuff that we've potted up that's not quite ready yet, but just to kind of give you guys an idea of some of the stuff we got in the works. I'm always excited to share that with you.
And we're going to have to hire some of you guys. Some of you guys at open house selling stuff me and Brian and Tim miss. We walked through and scoured. Know, right? Michael James like, hey, do you mean to have Magic Moon up here? And we're like, what? We're like, what? Really? What? So we scour looking for stock plants and, things that might not be, but we also love having some treasures. There's a ton of hidden treasures that, I laughed at last open house. People picked up some things that were supposed to be stock plants. We had plenty of, so don't worry. But there were plants that snuck out the door that we didn't even know were up here.
Yeah, we've really beefed up to our conifer variety right now. We've got a really nice collection of conifers that are going to be coming through the pipeline, probably through our 10 at 10s.
Yeah, I ain't going to give too much more away. I already told them the Japanese princess, but I'll say this. There are some top-notch ginkgos and conifers on tomorrow's 10 at 10.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That's something, we want to always continue to do. Our azalea selection right now is just out of this world. It's crazy. You guys definitely need to check that out.
The 10 at 10 gets all the love, but every Friday at 10,
that's right,
there are 10 new flowering plants. So for those keeping track, we list 30 plants every single week, 52 weeks a year. I don't know many, not to our own horn, but that's crazy. Like, even for me, that's crazy. I'm like, I don't know how we can keep it going, but we do. So,
that's why I like working for these guys. They're just as crazy as me.
We think big, and then we get crazier. It turned into 10, turned into 20, and then it turned into 2 different days.
I mean, it's plants galore here. We really work hard to try to, even, just projecting out what, that way we always have something new and exciting coming in the future. And we're going to be getting out and doing these garden tours soon. I'm excited about that too.
Oh my gosh. Hey, hand me those real quick. Appreciate you, Doug. Doug sent us some comics. He sent me a Death of Superman. Yes, Tim and I are big geeks. He sent Tim a Green Lantern #1, and a Green Lantern #11. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, we're big geeks. So I appreciate, there were so many people that had so many nice things at open house to say about our family, about our employees, about our staff here, which are really coworkers. And I couldn't, appreciate enough. We're definitely going to be doing something nice for our staff here after this open house, and just kind of telling everybody thank you. And, I really appreciate all the compliments to our staff in the open house. It's comments on the Facebook group. That blew me away.
Yeah, it's been a very humbling experience to just feel the outpour of your support and just general care for all of us here at the nursery, and to feel like, the hard work we're putting into it.
Right.
You guys appreciate it, and because that's why we do it.
And you guys see me and Tim, and you talk to Jody, and you see Corbin sometimes, or Wesley on camera. But it was fun to showcase some of our talented staff we have here. I think A lot of people were really shocked. We got a lot of really good people here. We got a lot of really talented, smart, plant educated, and just fired up people who love horticulture, who love weird plants, who get it. Either come here plant collector or you become one eventually.
Right, exactly.
And so a lot of our guys came here not as plant collectors, and now they're like, they're getting some pretty good collections going too.
Absolutely.
And so it's fun for people to come in person and kind of see what we see, because everybody sees me and Brian and Tim, and knows Jody, but they don't see the rest of our staff and like some of the plant collectors and how knowledgeable some of these people were too. So I'm glad we got to showcase that to you guys as well.
Yeah, we've got the 10 at 10 tomorrow, man. I feel like, we just got over a huge, huge weekend, and then here we are, about to climb another peak on Tuesday. I think we've got some killer stuff.
I'll go ahead and tell you this. I appreciate you guys blowing up some of our videos lately too. That 10 at 10 walkthrough, or excuse me, the 10-gallon walkthrough we did, that's over like 3,000 views in like 5 days. It hit like 3,000 in like 4 days, which is... We're gonna walk through them again.
Yeah, we will.
We'll go through them in Leaf for you guys. That was out of Leaf. We'll do a part 2 for you guys.
And we had a blast shooting that. We were like going over the top, yelling at Corbin across the.
Poor Corbin's chasing us around. We're all barking at him, acting crazy.
But we're just that excited about it. I mean, and I can't wait for let's do another walkthrough when they're in Leaf.
Part 2 for that.
Show you guys, and I'm excited to be able to have some available too for our next open house.
Right.
I think you guys are just going to be blown away at some of the variety we have in there.
We're very close to hitting 16,000 subs. We're going to be giving away Brian's secret stash, Golden Falls, the giant 1 gallon that he hand selected. He's just got too many trees. Francis said we had to do it. No, not really. But we're giving away a hand selected one from Brian here on our channel. Again, Maple's Rule enters you in to win that. Maple's Rule under any video we've ever posted. We'll randomize those. We'll pick a video. We'll see if it has any Maple's Rules under it. We'll randomize all the comments, and then one comment will win, a specific tree. We're giving away a live plant here, so if you like this kind of thing, participate. We've given away hats. We've given away T-shirts. We've given away gift cards. This is our first live plant giveaway. Now, a reminder to be entered to win that, you have to be inside the continental U.S. for this one. So we're in Leaf. We do ship to Alaska and Hawaii out of Leaf. For right now in Leaf, you must be in the continental U.S. to win.
So got a question popped up here. What's good resource to learn geeky JM stuff? So here, right here, you found the right place. Now, I will say that these are some things that people may not know. We have been doing a lot more like blogs and things like that on our website, talking about care and just general information about different species, different Japanese maples. And then also our podcast, we really dive deep on our podcast. We did an interview with Sue, right?
Oh my gosh. Talk about geeky in-depth. I mean, I've listened to that podcast 3 times myself and took notes. That sounds crazy, but I have, because there's some next level knowledge. And like, I know a lot of people probably got so shocked with Billy Schwartz because of all the big stories about Muhammad Ali and he says some shocking things in that one, but there's some great information on witches' brooms in there. Like there's some, we get into the weeds with some of these people on the great stuff that we want to talk about. I'll tell you a few of the resources. John Alton's book's coming out. It's out. Go get that one. We interviewed John Alton on an upcoming podcast about his recent book, and I believe you can Facebook him if you want to purchase a copy of that. I think that's a great book. It's his own personal accounts of his garden, so it's his personal experiences, which I think is a great way to do a book. Peter Gregory's 4th edition, still awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, until there's a 5th edition, we want to be doing it here, but until there's a 5th edition, that's one of the best resources. Guys, I joke with this, but we have more video individual cultivar highlights than are in the 4th edition. So watch us on the Mr. Maple Show. We break down individual cultivars. We provide daily content. And our goal is to get this information to you in the easiest format. We also joke that, like instead of a care sheet, people are like, hey, you didn't print a care sheet and put it in the box. Like, you can't print a video. Go watch our video. We've got links to it. We have a care sheet on our website, and we have individual content plugged in to show you how to container garden, to show you how to water, to show you how to fertilize, to show you how to prune, to show you how to do so many steps. We've got some grafting content.
Absolutely.
There's a ton of content on here. I would say, we are a great resource for the geekier stuff. Go watch some of those podcasts where we interview experts in their field, in their area. We talked to Dr. Creech about maples for Texas. So we'll get specific, but we'll also, give you a general overview and hopefully a better knowledge of Japanese maples to make you better gardeners.
And Lee Todd commented in the group there in the live chat, a great reminder for us all, and that is get involved with the Maple Society.
Got my catalog right here, my recent quarterly there. Join the Maple Society.
Absolutely.
Tim and I will be speaking at the Maple Society meeting in Seattle. We're big supporters of that.
I had my first experience with that this last year. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, you talk about plant geeky stuff.
Right.
You're hanging out with like all the biggest plant geeks, and everybody's just sitting around talking. You learn so much. They have these presentations that they do where they dive deep into all these different topics.
We do some teasers, but we didn't cover everybody. We left a lot to the imagination. We've got some from Alan Tabler's presentation on chimeral, Japanese maple formations and how sports form, and just so in depth.
The plant explorers.
Go watch that one. We've got Douglas Justice's entire presentation on our YouTube channel. So we gave you a couple teasers there. I know Tim and I's presentation's on there, but sign up, join, do some regional stuff. You can go right to mapleside.org, go to the North American branch, and the North American branch has their own website now too. And there's a lot of benefits for that.
Hey, another thing really cool that they're starting to put together on that now is if you become a member of the Maple Society, I'm really excited about this, but is that you can list your garden as a place that members can come and visit. You can give them your information. So if you have an amazing garden and you just feel like you want to share that with people, it's a really cool way to give that access to other plant people to come and visit your garden. And then if you're a member and you're wanting to go see some amazing things, it's another cool way to be able to look in a certain state that you may be at, or your own state, or where you're traveling, and you could even plan some garden stops and visits along the way. I just think that's a super cool way to continue to build this community of plant people.
B. Brown has another great question here in the chat. How long can I keep my maples in the containers I receive from Mr. Maple? So typically, you can leave them in there up to a year. After 1 year, I recommend checking the root growth to make sure they haven't overgrown their container. There's different levels, obviously, here at our nursery. So some trees are older 1 gallons. So if you have a very tall 1 gallon, you'll need to check that sooner. But yeah, typically 1 year, you can leave them in the containers. I joke with people. People are like, how long can I keep this tree in this container? I've had 40-gallon trees here at the nursery, and I point out to people, this 25-year-old Tamukiyama's never been out of a container. It's been in a container its entire life.
Right.
So Japanese maples are great container plants. Make sure they got good drainage. Make sure you got them adequately watered. If you're going to be leaving them in the nursery pots, you're going to want to place them in shade because nursery pots are black, so you don't want to be putting those in direct sunlight typically. It's always a good idea when you receive plants to get them in a little bit of shade and then slowly acclimate them to light. But yeah, you can leave them in 1 gallon containers for up to a year. We have a lot of people who plant the 1 gallon container because they know they're moving. So they'll leave it in the pot, then pull the pot up in a year. You got to watch out for the roots growing through the holes. But that's a great way to be able to move them. Alan Castile in the chat said he'll be back in May. Alan, we got some requests to come to your garden, buddy. We may have to come visit you before you visit us.
Definitely. Yeah, Alan, we definitely need to get down there and just take a walk with you in your garden. I've been thinking about that, like dreaming about that for a while. I've known Alan for a long time, and I just know that he's got a show there in that garden that we need to get on camera.
He's got everything. It's crazy. I've been there once, and I was in awe. And I think we went out of leaf, and it's crazy because I'm such a plant geek.
Right.
I go places out of leaf, but I think back at his place, and I'm like, oh, that purple thunder. I think I saw it in leaf.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, it actually wasn't. So
yeah.
I'm like, no, I went there and like early before we leafed out, but I think back on the trees and I see the tree for what it does in every season, which is crazy. But yeah, we got to get to his place in leaf. I've never even been in leaf.
Yeah.
So that's something we're going to have to do. And guys, if you have suggestions for upcoming videos, you can always leave those in the comment section below our videos. We love suggestions for information that you're looking for. Again, our goal is to be your resource for Japanese maples. We want to get that geeky content out to you, but we also want to give you, the basics so that we give you the best success here. That's really what this channel is all about, building a community and giving you more confidence with growing Japanese maples, making it easier, eliminating the easy mistakes, And so you can have awesome looking trees. These are our babies. We want them to get to your place and to look great.
Yeah, and you're right, man. I mean, all of these trees, we treat them like they're our own. And like you said, it was even kind of sad to see some of them go. I know we sold a giant Ryusin that was grafted onto some pine bark.
It's Chris,
like,
man, I begrudged him. His Facebook pics. I'm just sitting there. It's like, you can't be jealous of a tree you sold somebody.
Right, yeah.
But I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous.
But we really appreciate everything, guys. This has been a great live this morning. We've had like 50 people in the chat this whole time. Give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video or we go live, you get notified. You can just like drop whatever you're doing and watch a YouTube video.
We like doing the 11:05s. We may keep doing those. It gives our 9 a.m. airing a little time to breathe.
Yeah.
But we like doing them on Mondays and Fridays just to give you guys something extra. Brian and Corbin been working on some Japan stuff. So there's going to be a Momiji tempura probably this week. Probably a ginkgo alley this week or next. So coming up soon, some things we did in Japan. I know the Momiji tempura is in Osaka. We shot at Monkey Park in Kyoto, and there's some crazy stuff there. Y'all enjoy that one. We also did a ginkgo alley in Tokyo. So take you around Japan a little bit on some of Tim and I's travels. And if you like that kind of thing, we'll be adding to it. So let us know if those are videos you're interested in. A little bit more travel, but also still very maple related.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Next time we'll be going live. You can always throw your comments there under the video if you have upcoming questions, and we'll try to address them. I check all the comments on our YouTube channel under every video. I'm a crazy person. I do it every day. So if you have questions or suggestions for upcoming ideas, definitely throw them in the comment section. We appreciate all you people who just found us. If you just found us and we earned it, make sure to subscribe. If you're one of our regulars, like and share, guys. We appreciate you guys. And as always, if you're watching this after, catch a premiere. That live community, you'll understand what we're talking about it being a community. Those guys are awesome. They mean the world to us, and it's so much fun to have that camaraderie with everybody. And we just appreciate what you're helping us create here at Mr. Maple.
We got a lot of work to do this week to get caught up on everything after that open house. So I guess we better get out there and get after work. That's right.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow in the 10 at 10. Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.